Tenants at the Pines Mobile Home Park say they've been dealing with raw sewage leaking into their yards for years. Some say the owner has done nothing about it, so we reached out to the owner, the utility district, and the state for answers.
It's discouraging. It's really disappointing.
Instead of enjoying the scent of pine trees blowing in the breeze, tenants here say they get a whiff of sewage floating through the air. And so you've had sewage in your yard?
Yes, ma'am.
Neighbors at the Pines Mobile Home Park in Lumberton claim they've been dealing with raw sewage spewing out of a line, floating to their properties, and just sitting. Melissa Kelly is one of those tenants. She's lived there for 5 years. So do tenants feel neglected here?
Yes, very much, yes.
Sheila LaBeouf manages some homes in the park. She blames a broken pump.
The sewer pump is broken. It needs to be fixed. That's bottom line. I mean, you have all these trailers out here, everybody's flushing their toilets, and it's just dumping out in the field back there.
Both women tried to reach the park's owner, Paula Lee.
You can leave her a message, but she will not reply.
Well, either you get her voicemail or, she won't respond to a text or, and then here we are. Things just don't get done.
Fed up, LaBeouf took matters into her own hands.
We've tried capping off where the sewer was coming out, but then the toilets, the bathtubs, everything starts overflowing in the trailers. And we have to keep putting drain cleaners in the drain just to eat up what's in the drain so it doesn't back up. So, that just keeps costing everybody money out here.
Then she tried something else.
I come out here once a month and dump lime and everything on it.
LaBeouf says collectively, they reached out to everyone they could think of. She then reached out to problem solvers for help with the issue, one that's been going on for nearly 2 years, according to LaBeouf.
I don't know why anybody hasn't done anything about it.
The operations manager with the Lumberton Municipal Utility District, Rob Starr, tells Fox 4 they can't do anything because the issue is on privately owned land. But they did reach out to the owner to ask her to resolve the issue. We called Lee also. Hi, Paula. This is Kimberly Roosley calling from Fox 4 News and KFDM 6 News. How are you? When I asked her what was going on, she said, I don't know. She said she'd call back in 30 minutes, but she never did. She also didn't respond to a second phone call or a text message. We also reached out to the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality. We're told TCEQ is, quote, very aware of this issue. It received a complaint on April 3rd, and it's similar to other complaints the commission investigated in 2018. It currently has an enforcement action for Wayne Lee and Paula Lee doing business as Pines Mobile Home Park to address unauthorized charges. Now, we've asked TCEQ what the response was from Paula Lee, and we're waiting to hear back about that. But we want you to know that the commission is available 24 hours every day to receive complaints. You can submit a complaint online at tceq.texas.gov or call at 888-777-3186. In this week's Problem Solvers report, a Port Neches woman says she spent thousands of dollars for Dale's Pools in Beaumont to install a pool liner. When she was growing up, her mother used the company and she decided to as well. But that liner now has bumps and wrinkles and she can't get in touch with the owners to get it fixed. Come to find out, the company is now closed.
I just want my pool fixed.
She spent a whopping $5,490, and now Kendra Howard is swimming in dissatisfaction.
I just want them to come out and finish what they started.
Preferring not to show her face, Howard told us in April 2018 she hired Dale's Pools in Beaumont to install the liner in her backyard pool.
And a week later, I noticed that I was getting wrinkles under the liner.
Noticing the wrinkles, bumps, and puckers, she notified the company.
When I contacted them, they told them let the liner sit for a couple of weeks. It should fix itself. Then they said they would send someone out and try to fix it with a plunger, and I still have wrinkles.
But after letting them know, Howard says her liner was never straightened out. How many times did they come out and try to fix it?
Maybe 4.
Howard decided to file a complaint with the BBB this March after months of not hearing from the owners, Dan Hardy and Michelle Hardy. Fox 4 problem solvers tried stopping by, but a gate to the business was locked and it looks to be closed. And a listed number for the business is disconnected, which is strange because
they've had a great history in the Beaumont area and they've been here for 30 years. And almost all of the 30 years they were accredited by the Better Business Bureau, so they've really been a great company.
Liz Frederick, CEO and president of the BBB of Southeast Texas, said they also drove by the business and tried to reach the owners. She says it seems as though it closed suddenly.
We never know. It could be, the economy or a change in how they were doing business. It's hard to say.
But on April 2nd, the BBB got a brief response.
We did receive a response from the business owner then via email just stating our business is closed and we just don't have any other information.
Unfortunately, Frederick says there's very little a consumer can do when a retailer closes its doors because the warranty goes with the company. So Howard may not be able to get the repairs or any kind of refund.
Because the warranty was related to a labor issue. That's why it goes with the business. Now, if it was a product issue, it's very possible the consumer could have received, gone back to the initial product manufacturer for the warranty, but that wasn't the case here.
Of course, that doesn't help Howard keep her hope afloat.
We work hard for our money, and we spend a lot of money on this pool, and it doesn't look good at all.
She fears what will happen if the wrinkles aren't smoothed out.
Well, they'll eventually crack and the water will run out.
If a company goes out of business, the BBB closes a complaint against it as unpursuable. No arbitration or mediation will work because the business no longer exists. Frederick says you could get your situation resolved through civil action or small claims. If you have a problem you'd like us to look into, give us a call at 895-4784 or send us an email at problemsolvers@fox4beaumont.com. In tonight's Problem Solvers report, we investigate complaints against Sabine Monument Company. We've discovered there are nearly 20 of them. Some consumers tell the BBB of Southeast Texas they've paid for headstones or other work but haven't received them. And they say they can't seem to contact the owner. Fox 4 Problem Solvers also tried to find the owner, Rodney Landry, to get answers. Sabine Monument has been in business since 1928, according to owner Rodney Landry. But despite the nearly century-long history, today Sabine Monument has an F rating with the BBB.
So right now, Sabine Monument does have an F rating with the Better Business Bureau because of the non-responsiveness and also because it's a similar pattern of complaint. It's always the same thing.
Liz Frederick, CEO and president of the Better Business Bureau of Southeast Texas, says beginning in 2017, complaints started pouring in.
That's when we began to see the pattern. So by the fall of 2017, we had about a dozen complaints. They were all similar from different consumers, and the business just doesn't respond at all.
Almost 20 complaints from people saying they've ordered headstones or other items.
Then 6, 7, sometimes as long as 8 months later, they still don't have the headstone.
And saying they can't get in contact with the owner.
They try calling the company, they try driving by and going to the location, but they just don't get a response from the owner.
Frederick says eventually people get their product, but new complaints keep coming in.
Now, in the last month, we've had 3 new complaints filed, and they are all of the same nature.
BBB tried contacting Landry.
We tried stopping by there ourselves, but the owner never answers.
But BBB did get one response by phone to one particular complaint.
And the company did respond and just said the product is now available. It's ready for the consumer.
So Problem Solver stopped by the location off the East Tex Freeway near Highway 105. We knocked, but no one was there. There was a sign posted on the door with another address on Grand Avenue. We went there and found the owner, Rodney Landry. He didn't want to go on camera, but explained he's short-staffed right now. One person had a stroke, and he's trying to get customers their merchandise as quickly as he can. Landry also told us he's trying to resolve an issue he can't talk about on record. When I asked why he hasn't responded and resolved the consumer complaints with the BBB, he said his focus is to catch up on the work he's behind on, not respond to the BBB. In comparison to others in his industry locally, Frederick says 20 complaints is pretty high.
Because we do have other companies in the same industry and they have either no complaints, or if they've had a complaint, they resolve it.
Landry said he's still going to try and make good on every order he has right now, but it may take him longer than usual.
Frederick said years ago Sabine Monument Company was BBB accredited, but it did not maintain its status. If you want to file a complaint against a company, just head to the BBB website there on your screen, bbb.org, or give them a call at the number on your screen.
Already in a tough situation.
It's been like 3 weeks since sleeping in my car, so it's been really hard.
With a phone call, Justin Flores fell victim to a scam.
They got my information somehow.
After applying for housing assistance, Flores says he started getting all kinds of calls.
Like people not even answering or saying hello. I mean, I would say hello, they won't even answer or say anything. I'll just end the call.
This is Steve Wilson again, sir. Call me back on this number.
The scam call came at the beginning of May from a number with a Washington, D.C. area zip code. The caller claimed to be Alicia with benefits.gov, telling Flores,
"We did a background check on you, and you've been pre-approved, or you've been selected to win, or not to win, to offer a government grant."
A government grant of $9,200 seemed to be his. In order to get the grant, Alicia said Flores needed to go get Google Play Store gift cards to make a down payment.
We have to pay a $200 fee and for an activation fee, and then we'll reimburse it to you after the process is done.
Flores went and put $200 on the prepaid cards. Then he called the number back and got another requirement.
Then you're saying that there's, I guess, another fee of $800, and then that they would pay half of it.
So Flores went and bought more cards worth $400. This time, when he called back with the numbers on the cards, they said the cards weren't working.
It's not working, so you're just gonna have to pay another $400. I was like, yeah, I don't have no more money.
And he would need to go load another $400 on additional cards. Flores says he started to get angry.
I mean, I stood there like thinking, like, what should I do? Should I just try and do this? Because I'm running out of money.
Flores believes he went along with the scam out of desperation.
Why did you decide to go ahead and buy the cards?
It was like half and half. Like, the other half was thinking like, I think this is true, but then again, I don't think it's true. But they convinced me.
Thankfully, he did report the entire ordeal online through BBB's scam tracker.
So we've seen 21 government grant scams be reported in the last year here in Southeast Texas, mainly in the Beaumont area.
Liz Fredericks, president and CEO of the Better Business Bureau of Southeast Texas, says pay attention to the red flags, like red flag number 1.
Anytime you get a phone call, so someone initiates the call to you saying you've won a grant from the federal government and you didn't do paperwork, it's a scam.
And number 2, asking for payment up front, especially by way of gift cards.
They're never going to ask you for some sort of a debit card or a Visa card or a Google Play card.
In Beaumont, Kimberly Roosley, Fox 4 News, working for you.